All right, guys, so this question is asking you to write 70 as a product of prime numbers. So before we really get into this, I'm going to explain exactly what this means, because sometimes people look at the question and they're like, I don't know what this means, so I'm not going to try. But let's just jump into it. So product means the product is what you end with. It's your answer when you multiply numbers. So the product is just all these numbers that have been multiplied together. So you're going to do some sort of multiplication in this problem. And then I see factors. And a factor are all the sets of numbers that are multiplied together to equal a certain number. So example, the factors of 6 are all the numbers that you can multiply together to equal 6. So that would be 2 and 3. So the factors of 6 are 2 and 3. That's an example of factor. And then prime is talking about the type of number that you have. So prime numbers, which I've put over here, are numbers that can be divided by 1 in itself. Like those are the only factors that it has. So example of that list would be 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. It goes on and on and on, but that's not really all that important. So when you do this, we're going to use a prime factorization tree, and I know some people are like, what is that? Don't worry, I'll show you. You've probably already seen it. And we're going to try and get our numbers down as low as possible to these numbers that we have over here. So to just jump in here, I'm going to do 70. Now, when you think of this, I want you to say what two numbers multiply together equal 70. And it doesn't matter which numbers you use. So my brain tends to think in tens. So I think 7 and 10, right? But I'm going to do another one on this side just to show that it doesn't matter what numbers you use. You'll still end up with the same answer. But I know some people think it's even, I divide by 2, right? So 2 and 35 is another option, okay? So as I go, I'm just going to highlight my prime numbers that I have. So I have 7 over here, and that is a prime number. So then I go look at 10. I said, well, 10 is even, so I know that I have to keep going. So what two numbers multiply together equal 10? Well, it's even, so I'm going to go with that. So 2 and 5. Now I'm going to look over here, and I know that 2 and 5 are both on that list, as well as 7. So I'm going to highlight that because they can't be made any smaller. There are no other factors besides itself and 1. So I'm done. So my answer for this is 7, 2, and 5. But I'm just going to show you the other side real quick. So with 70, like we said, 2 is on that list. I know that. 35, two factors of 35 are 5 and 7. And those cannot be shrunk anymore. So those answers are 2, 5, and 7. So my factors for this are 2, 5, and 7, 7, 2, 5. It doesn't matter what order you put it in. You're just writing a list of factors. So your answer for this, you would say 70 equals 2 times 5 times 7. Now I'm writing this specifically like that because sometimes you can just write the list and it's fine, but it says to write it as a product. So the only way to have a product is if I am actually going in and multiplying those things, because product means to multiply. So this is my answer. Hopefully this was helpful. If you guys have any more questions, just let me know and I'm here to help.